Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Race 5 Smokehouse and Grill, and today we are going to be doing some hot and fast spare ribs on the Weber Kettle. Let's get this fired up. Thanks for sticking in there, everybody. And like I said, today we're making some spare ribs and we're doing it on the Weber Kettle, but instead of doing it low and slow, today we're doing it hot and fast. First thing we're going to do is unpack these spare ribs. These are St. Louis cut spare ribs. I was looking for the full cut at the butcher the other day, but all he had were these pre-made St. Louis cut. Now these are gorgeous looking spare ribs, as you can see here. Very nice marbling, good fat. First thing we're going to do with these ribs is we're going to take the membrane off the back. Now I like to do it is get a knife, get it underneath there, get it started. Get paper towel and just get under there and pull. Hopefully it comes off. This one's doing okay. I've had better, I've had worse. The reason that I like taking the membrane off is because it exposes more of that meat on the back, and you really want to get that seasoned up nice. You don't want to be chewing on a membrane. I know if you cook it right, it'll be okay, but I like taking that variable out of there. So let's do both of these and then we'll be back to season them. Okay, we have these membranes removed. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rub them up before we get them on the grill. Today I'm using two of my favorite seasonings and I think this combo is great. Killer Hogs hot barbecue rub along with Memphis mud from Pork Mafia. This combination is great. It gives this color and this flavor that's out of this world, but use whatever you want. This is what I'm using. Got that in. Same thing to the meat side now. These are rubbed up and ready to go. We're gonna go put these on the Weber, but first we gotta get it fired up. We are gonna be using the slow and sear on this with no water pan. We wanna get that temp a little bit higher in the chamber. We're gonna be cooking between 375 and 400 with these, and every half hour or so, I'm gonna come out and check it. We're gonna cook for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we're gonna wrap it for another half hour or so. Gonna play this by ear, see how these come out. We're gonna be rotating them often though, to keep them off of that high direct heat. Let's go get the Weber fired up and get these on. Okay, we have our grill up to temperature right now. We are gonna be laying these on one slab here, one slab here. One's gonna be close to the heat, and then we're gonna rotate every 20 to 30 minutes or so to make sure they don't get burned up. So we're gonna put that first one on here. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I like to push my ribs together. It bunches that meat up, makes them straighter when you wanna cut, gives for a bigger bite because that's how they're gonna cook. If you pull them out, the meat's gonna get thinner and be a little thinner bite. So we'll be back in 20 minutes or so to rotate these ribs. Okay, these ribs have been on for about 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look. Looking very nice. What I like to see is this little browning around the edge, but we're gonna go ahead and rotate these. Looking really good still. We're still rolling at about right around 400 degrees. So we're gonna close this up, come back on in another half hour. Once this color is where we want it, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it to really get through this cook. So we'll be back when it's time to wrap. It has been 1 hour since we put these ribs on initially. We're gonna go ahead and check. This has been hovering at around 390 to 400 degrees. Oh man, look at these. These are looking great. You get that nice little crusty little char from the higher heat, from the rubs and everything. These are pretty close. You're getting some bone pull back here. Not much yet on here. This was a little thicker, but I think these ribs are looking right where we want them to be. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these right now. So let's go get these wrapped. These ribs are ready to be wrapped up, so we're gonna pull them off and wrap them. These ribs are looking great. I love the, little windy up, I love the color that you're getting and the texture. These are already loosening up pretty good. So once these wrap for about an hour, they're gonna be really ready to go. So I'm gonna double wrap these to make sure that no bones pop through. And if they do, you could always throw another piece of foil on there. So. Those are back on the grill. We're gonna let this continue to run at about 400 degrees for 1 more hour. So far it's been 1 hour unwrapped. We're gonna do 1 hour wrapped. Then we're gonna have about a half hour where we open up that foil, sauce it, let that bark reset back up, and then we're gonna pull them off and eat. So we'll be back in an hour when it's time to open these up and sauce them. Okay, these ribs have now been on right at 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and check them and see if they're ready to pull out of the wrap. All right, let's open these up and take a look. You can feel that these are nice and pliable, which is where we're wanting to be. Look at that. Got the rib pull back. This one a little bit more because it was trimmed off pretty close. Next thing we're gonna do to finish these off is we're just gonna hit these with a little bit of sauce on the end. Not a ton, just enough here. Use your favorite. And that is it until we pull them off. We're just gonna let this go for maybe another 20-30 minutes. Let that sauce set up real nice, then we're gonna pull them off, cut them up, and eat them. Okay, these ribs are done. Got them off through Weber. They are looking awesome. Last thing I like to do is just give a little hit again with some of this awesome rub. Just give that extra layer of flavor on there. And that's it, dig in. So we're gonna go ahead and slice these up a little bit, give them a whirl. Perfect bite through. Super delicious. You get a little bit more of the grill flavor doing it this way. Whereas with the smoker, you get more of the wood smoky flavor. This you get more of that grill flavor. Turns out great, real quick. So 1 hour unwrapped, 1 hour wrapped, and a half hour with some sauce on it to set up. You got some awesome hot and fast spare ribs. Give me a like. Thanks for checking out the video. Please give the page a like, a subscribe. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it. Also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks everybody, cheers.